Welcome to this week's edition of NYK Sports. I'm Creighton.
I'm Anthony.
And this week, we're talking about the NHL. So first of all, let's start with the Western Conference. Tell me, who's going to win the Western Conference?
In the Western Conference, I'm going to have to pick the Vancouver Canucks. In net, they have Roberto Luongo, who is easily one of the best goalies in the NHL. Last year, he had a little bit of an off year, but this year, he's going to come back strong. And then also, they have the Sedin twins in their lineup. Heinrich won the Hart Trophy last year. They're going to come back great.
Now, what do you think about San Jose? How do the Sharks look this year?
I think the Sharks look pretty good this year. They did lose their goalie. He was a franchise goalie. It could be causing a problem for them. But Jumbo Joe Thornton, is in a contract year. He's got to play big this year. They're going to look good.
What about Pat Kane, the hero of the Stanley Cup? What about the Blackhawks? You don't think they're going to do it again this year?
I don't see the Blackhawks doing it again this year. I really just don't see them repeating. They lost a lot of players from their team. It's just not looking good for them.
No, I agree. It's hard to come back when you lose half your team, essentially. It was a good run for them, but I don't think it's going to happen again. Michael Wilbon was excited, though. I remember that from over the summer. All right, let's go back east. Who's going to win the Eastern Conference?
Eastern Conference, I'm going to have to pick the hometown team, the Boston Bruins. Last year, they only got eliminated from the playoffs because Krejci went out with an injury. They lost 4 straight to the Flyers, but their defense is too great with Zdeno Chara. Tuukka Rask is in net. It's Tuukka time. He has a year under his belt in the NHL. He's going to play amazing. They just drafted Tyler Seguin. They got Nathan Horton from the Panthers, got rid of Dennis Wideman. With these new players that can put the puck in the net more, they can score. Offense was their only problem last year. They're going to win the Stanley Cup
Well,
this
big
year.
things are expected from Seguin. I think he's going to be he's a big draft addition. Well, I think Ovechkin's going to do great. I think that he's going to lead the Capitals to another, I think, a probable #1 overall seed. I'm just, I have questions about whether or not they're going to be able to make it. But what about Sidney Crosby, the hero of Canada? What's he doing here?
I think that Sidney Crosby is going to have another great year. He's always been consistent. The big reason why Crosby is so consistent is that he has Malkin on the same line as him. With those 2 great goal scorers, it's hard to defend. They're going to look good this year.
All right, now I have one question left. I've read this in a couple national media outlets. What's your opinion on splitting, instead of an Eastern and Western Conference, a Canadian-American Conference? Let's hear your opinion.
I think that it's great in theory. Everyone saw how great it was when the U.S. played Canada in the Olympics. It sounds great. Canada loves hockey a lot more than us. I just don't think that it's possible to get enough Canadian teams in there.
This is where I differ from you. I think if you move some of the franchises in the south of the United States, the Phoenixes, the Hurricanes, those kind of teams where it's a big population market, but the fans don't go to the games, if you move those to the northern Canadian markets where there's maybe not the size of population, but the fan bases care, I think they'd make enough in ticket sales and merchandise to kind of warrant that move and make this Canadian-American conference work. And plus, how great would it be for the Stanley Cup to be the reward of a war essentially every year?
That would be pretty exciting.
It'd be the Olympics every summer. I think I would watch. I'm just saying that. So NHL, we're telling you, Canadian, American conferences, let's make it happen.
That's it.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of NYK Sports. So send it back to the desk.